Hi everyone, this is going to be a weekly news segment that I'm going to do, just asking various recruiters. We've got Noel here today, my boss. I thought we'd start with the person that's I guess closest to me, but yeah, I'm going to be getting around town interviewing some different hiring managers, trying to give different insights, but also interviewing various respected and experienced recruiters to see if they've got anything that potentially might be of value out to you in the market that might help you prepare for your next interview or your next job search. So firstly, I just thought we'd start by introing a little bit about Noel if you don't know who he is. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Noel, your role at Emergent, and I guess how it's come to be.
Sure. So, yeah, as Chris said, my name's Noel Hassapladakis. I've been with Emergent for 8.5 weeks now. So I'm the consulting manager for the business, which basically means I run digital and technology practice. I've got 12 years recruitment experience in technology recruitment in New Zealand across 3 different businesses. So pretty well networked, been around the traps in IT, so got some knowledge around that space.
Cool. All right, so 12 years in the market. I'm keen to see if in that 12 years there's one particular tip that you think that might be of value to people out there that you've given more often than not, that you think's got some real simplistic way that it can be implemented straight away for people that maybe isn't that common.
Yeah, I think the most basic thing, if we start at the very beginning, just the time at which you turn up for an interview, I think is really important. I've had people turn up half an hour early for interviews over the years, and it kind of puts you on the back foot, if you're really busy with your day, you've scheduled that time for that person at 10 o'clock, they turn up at 9:30, you don't really want to leave them in a meeting room.
You've got to stop what you're doing.
So you
now,
start early,
yeah.
you disconnect from your working day. And look, I think that goes even, it's even more relevant for clients as well, So when you go to an interview, my sort of tips are do a dry run the day before.
Yep.
Actually go and have a look at the place that you're going to, work out how long it's going to take you to get there, and really don't report into reception any more than 5 minutes early.
Totally.
And I think that's an absolute must. It's a very basic tip, but I think it's one worth noting.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I think, if you, by all means, accommodate traffic, get there half an hour early, go grab yourself a coffee, take a walk around the block.
Absolutely.
Know where the location is for sure. You don't want to be in a situation where you're panicking, you're fumbling, you're stressing yourself out, and then you go into the interview flustered. But never walk into a reception and announce yourself more than 5 minutes early.
Yeah.
It just rolls the dice.
Yeah.
Some clients might think, wow, he's really keen and he's eager, but likewise, a good percentage of them might feel really pissed off and obligated to feel like they've got to see you. So it's not in your best interest. Don't take the risk. No one ever not got the job by turning up on time. So
Correct.
Don't take the risk. It's keen to see what your thoughts are around one common mistake that you see in the market that clients are making, companies are making from an engagement with agency perspective. Is there one thing that you'd point at, you see as a common occurrence out there that could perhaps for hiring managers that might be watching it, they might want to think about and perhaps address?
Where do you start? I mean, look, I think I'd probably like to focus that question on something that's really, again, quite basic. The technology industry and the digital industry at the moment is so buoyant. What we're seeing is that good candidates typically are having multiple offers, and they're happening very, very quickly. So what I think at the moment is that if your recruitment process is quite arduous, and there's 4 stages, a psychometric test, a technical test, I think you're best served actually looking at that process and saying, look, how can we shorten that so we can actually compete for the best talent? Because we do work with businesses that have 2 interviews, reference check, offer, and they're able to turn people around in a week.
Yep.
So if you're standing that up against a large corporate with a very lengthy process, it's very difficult to actually secure the best talent. So what you end up with is you want the top 5%, but you actually end up with the probably the top 20%, that sort of area, if your process is too long. So I would say that's something you can, change immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been working with one particular client at the moment. It's unfortunately taken them 4 months to appoint somebody. He got to the final stages, they made an offer. He went and attended another interview. They liked him so much, they did the second interview on the day, made him an offer right there on the spot. Gone, he took that opportunity. So left our client back at square one. So look, these things are happening out there. It's the quick or the dead. So as we've talked about, very buoyant market, very busy. So you've got a lot on your plate, a lot going on as both a recruiter and a manager. If advice for a candidate out there, if they wanted to try and cut through the haze and get your attention, what would you say is something that someone could do that might put them at the front of the pack as opposed to just another candidate.
Pick up the phone. I think, you know, if you look at the average role that we advertise, we get, you know, sometimes, you know, probably 20 or 30 applicants, not all of which are appropriate, of course. But I think if you want to elevate yourself to the front of the pack, there's no substitute for actually picking up the phone and saying, hi, I'm whoever, I'm a project manager, these are my core skills, this is why I think I'm right for the role. And we enter into a meaningful discussion about your capability, and quite often we can actually define whether you're right for the role in that call.
Yep.
So
100%.
my view is pick up the phone if you want to elevate yourself in front of everyone else.
Cool. And finally, I guess it's quite topical at the moment with the rise of AI and technology. It's obviously been in the media a fair bit over the last week with Nigel Latter and John Campbell. I'm interested in your thoughts around where you see AI interacting with recruitment and the industry as a whole, what impact it might have.
I think the impact it's going to have on the industry is profound, because I think what we'll see is, you know, the automation of some screening processes. You know, there's certainly parts of the job that we do that can be automated, you know, via AI. So there's definitely going to be a profound impact on the length of the process, the way we screen people. But I don't think AI will ever replace an ability to actually do a full cultural interview. So I think, you know, the consultants that are, you know, that have very high EQ, that are very empathetic, that have really got the candidate's best interests at heart, will never be replaced by AI.
Yep.
So I think you'll always have those people that are sort of at the front end of an AI process.
Yep.
So, yep, there's absolutely going to be an impact. Do I have any views in terms of when that's going to happen or how that's going to happen? It's already happening, we know that. But, you know, I still think we're a good sort of 5 to 10 years away from, you know, major change.
Awesome. All right. Well, that concludes today's interview. So, look, hopefully you got some value from it. We'll look to do a few more over time, and obviously you'll be seeing myself and Noel in our video content through the week as well. But yeah, look, if you've got any thoughts or comments, certainly happy to answer those. You can certainly drop us a link on LinkedIn, and we'd love to come back to you.